Cool.
Oh, hey, we're alive.
We're live. Yeah.
Everyone.
Slightly delayed due to weather where I am, but yeah.
German.
Here we are. We're gonna try and go on for 2 hours. So yeah. Welcome to Three Skulls Tavern. I'm Matt. I'm going to be GMing episode 4 of our Forbidden Lands actual play today with our usual players. So hopefully anyone who's watching here will know exactly what's going on because
We don't.
hopefully you've seen the previous 3 episodes. If not, I'll give a quick recap. Let me just get some tunes going here first.
I got mine. It's the Hamilton soundtrack.
Oh, nice.
All right. The music I'll be using is all music from the official Forbidden Lands soundtrack. So by the host Andreas over from Sweden Rolls. So yeah, thanks Andreas. It's good music.
Spotify.
No, it's not available to the general public yet. Only available to people who were Kickstarter backers, unfortunately. But I did ask Free League about it a little while ago, and they did say it will be released to the public at some point.
Yeah.
Soon. Whatever that means, so hopefully soon.
Exclusivity is the worst.
Right, so here we are. Are we all ready to go?
I think so.
What game are we playing again?
Yeah, that's not...
Hunter. No.
Ba-dum.
Don't even do that to me. I'm gonna start crying. Yeah.
Goals for the day. Make Matt cry.
Yeah. So Forbidden Lands. I'm just gonna get my head back in the game for a second here. Open my notes. There we go. So previously on Forbidden Lands. We spent the first couple of episodes spent the first couple of episodes chasing after some Saurian raiders, I guess you would call them, who had destroyed Arlek's caravan and had run off with the with some of the survivors. I'm just going to turn my volume down slightly because I think it might be a bit loud. There we go. Tracked him down, killed 2 of them, 1 got away, and managed to rescue Lilla and Olaf, who you then took back to a settlement near the Saurian marshes, a place called Lagoon Point. In fact, we'll bring the map up here. So basically this is what we're... hold on. I've got it up on my screen, but obviously not on OBS. There we go. So, yeah, these little red dots track the movement the party's had so far. The pond is where the Saurians were encountered and defeated, and then the red dots going off to the northeast got to this Lagoon Point, this like village settlement thing. And in fact, I've got a map of Lagoon Point down here. And yeah, that's where you are now. So you got to Lagoon Point, you had a little bit of a chat with the people there, stayed for the night. They warned you that something was around, had stolen some livestock, had actually killed some of the villagers. And there was the foreshadowing there. Arlek decided he would stay the night in the small kind of shack here, which the goat and donkey of the party were being stabled in. And a bog octopus attacked in the middle of the night, and it didn't go so great for Arlek, but thankfully he managed to keep it off long enough for other people to come to his aid. Just before he got swallowed whole by the bog octopus.
Oh, I'd already been swallowed whole.
Yeah.
That had happened already.
Yeah, that happened right at
And
the
then
end,
they
though.
saved me.
Yeah. So you'd just been swallowed whole, and they managed to kill it. And yeah, we left it there with that battle having finished. However, in chat between last session and this session, I have progressed the story a little bit, or I've progressed the timeline a little bit. Specifically, I wanted to kind of move things along regarding recovery and what people wanted to do in this swamp. So I could kind of try and focus our time here. So rather than go over in detail what we did, let's just do a quick recap. And why don't we do for each of your characters, why don't you just tell us over the last 2 days what you've gotten up to in Lagoon Point and its surroundings.
I'll go first. So what did Arlick do? So Arlick, he slept because he had been eaten by an octopus and wasn't feeling awesome. So he spent some time recovering from that nonsense. Following that, oh man, I had written this down somewhere. He started working on. So he traded his scimitar for a timber axe, which we thought we might need, like sort of in the future, for gathering wood if we need to do that. He also started working on, because he traded his sword, he started working on making quarterstaff. He also learned how to cook in the meantime because we had tons of octopus to cook up.
Yep.
So he and one of the villagers sort of kind of got together and worked on this while, sorry, spoiler, the others were hunting. So Arlick did some cooking in this time and eventually finished learning how or he finished making the staff, which he'll be carrying around as a nice trusty walking stick / octopus beating stick. That's what Arlick was up to last couple
Right.
days.
And have you added your new staff to your character sheet as well?
I did.
Cool.
Mangrove staff is on there.
Yeah, cool. Got see staff in gear and mangrove staff down in gear. Okay,
Probably
yep.
call it a mangrove stave. Sounds better.
Okay. Who wants to go next?
Okay. Key spent a couple of days hunting to kind of help build up some food for the group. So ended up bagging himself some waterfowl and a capybara. Brought back some pelts and some meat, so that Arlick could help. Well, I guess use that in sewing or whatever it is that he's going to use it for. He just kind of turned up and went, "This is yours." He also learned to fish with the villagers and spent some of his time just helping them do any kind of remedial repairs or work or anything that they require, even if it's just backwards and forwards stuff. So he didn't really do very much other than rest as well. It's quite nice to have a bit of time away from the wild with a bit of a bed and just kind of relax and make sure everyone was okay. That was key. He didn't really do much else.
All right. Lyria
Oh, you
or
know
Kark? Go on.
I will go next. I did absolutely sweet fuck all. Didn't learn anything, didn't use my experience for anything, didn't provide any help whatsoever.
Okay.
Delegation is useful.
Yeah, I just told everyone else what to fucking do.
Yeah, that's a job.
Well, no, you know what, actually, we're going to be leaving our 2 tag-alongs here, right?
Yeah.
So I would maybe try to deal with the 2 groups a little bit, get some information about the area, be the diplomat of sorts after we just lost them their original town elder to the Bogtopus. Yes, I used my my wits to get that all sorted out in a non-roly type of way.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
You hear that? Uh-huh. I know
Okay.
that tone, Matt.
Yeah, we have been playing games together for quite a while, haven't we? No.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we'll see about that. But yeah, cool. Yeah, just for people wondering, again, this stream or this actual play, trying to actually kind of teach the rules as we go a little bit as well. You'll hear that people have been spending experience points on talents and things, but you don't always need or necessarily want to spend all of your experience points at once, and I think that's probably why Charlotte is banking her experience for some sweet magic stuff potentially.
Yep.
So yeah, basically what we've just heard so far from Eric and Ed is that they've spent some kind of low-level amounts of XP to get rank 1 in some general talents. But if you want to get rank 2, it costs more, and I don't think anybody yet has enough experience points to get a rank 2 talent yet. So that's effectively what's happening here. Okay, cool. And that's last but not least, Kark. What happened? What did Kark get up to?
I didn't do a whole lot.
Chewing gravel.
Yeah. Let's see. I spent a while sleeping at reasonable times of the day. I went hunting once and it turned out very successfully.
Oh yeah.
I shot a crocodile. I was scared of it, to be honest, but it turned out to go well. Matt was very encouraging.
I'm actually going to show the. I actually created some homebrew for hunting in a swamp or in a marsh, and it says here by the crocodile. So so Harry actually rolled a 6 when he was successful with his hunting, and to see what he found. And this little star next to difficulty says, if you fail your attack roll, they will attack you. And he was by himself, so that would have been quite an interesting fight.
I wasn't meant to be, but he went off on his own.
But thankfully he got a successful attack roll, so it's a single marksmanship roll in his instance. If you succeed, then you manage. Basically the idea is that you're stalking prey, you're hunting, you get the drop on them, and you're able to kill them. But if you fail that roll, then they're alerted that you're there, and obviously it's an aggressive wild animal.
Yes, it's also large and dangerous.
Yeah. And that it'll attack. And this is the same rules in the base core game for boars. In the there's like the general hunting table. If you find a boar, if you fail that first hunting roll, it will attack you as well. So I've just kind of basically just taken the same rules from the core book, and I've just kind of reflavored the animals a little bit. So anyway,
I'm sure I want to fight a boar either.
So you found and killed a crocodile. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. So long story short, I got a bunch of meat and crocodile hide, and I was able to learn the tanner talent and then turn the hide into leather.
Yeah.
Which is a valuable trading resource, or possibly I could make myself a bunch of leather clothing and be like a little goblin Rob Halford.
So the next thing to look at, which I haven't done yet, is to see if you've put all this stuff on your character sheets.
No, I have not done that.
So, for example, crafting units. 1 unit of any kind of core material costs 1 weight, unit. But bear in mind you have Nanny Goat, right? Nanny Goat has 12 slots, I believe.
Is that writing it? Yeah.
If you're not writing it. It depends if you're writing it. If you're writing it, then it's got 6, right? So your 3 pelts that you found can go onto 3 slots. Like if you want to just pack the raw crocodile leather on Nanny Goat, then they can go in her.
It's not raw pelt anymore. It's processed leather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's still crocodile leather, right? So it looks cool. So go ahead and put that on your character sheet. At the bottom right, you've got
Croco Goat.
You've got large goat there, and for 1, 2, and 3 under large goat at the bottom right, if you just want to put your leather in there. Okay. Same goes for your talents. I'll just quickly put the talent in there for Tanner. We'll put the rank 1, so I'll do that for you. Everybody else, if you can put the stuff you've spent your money on, your XP on. I see Fisher's already in there. Ed for key.
Yep.
Cool. And what is Arlek doing with? I guess you've already done that. Oh yeah, okay. Greta is loaded.
We're all ready and dead.
Jesus.
I even put in a thing off to the side so I can track her encumbrance.
Nice. All right. Yeah. That's not visible on the. Let me just fix that very quickly. And I could do that on the quick. Whoops. I can fix it very quickly. Bear with me 1 sec.
I'm glad I got rid of that cauldron.
Sorry about this. Moving this around to where it looks in the right spot. There we go. Okay. So, cool. You can see here you've got like a little encumbrance there for Grey, so that's pretty cool. All right. So, one last thing to just quickly discuss. Tracking your experience. I know some of you are putting it in notes. That's absolutely fine. You can also do, if you look at Lyria's sheet, Charlotte has actually put up at the top right next to torches, there are 2 spare boxes, and she's just thrown XP in there. So that could be worth doing. One thing I like to do is to track the total amount of XP you've earned altogether. So if you could put next to it, maybe next to your, like the gray can be, if you just want to copy those and pop them in, that can be your current XP.
There's 2 boxes underneath.
And then if you put like next to it, you keep like your total ongoing. So that just gives me an idea. If anybody dies and they want to come back, we might. I'd like to see what the disparity between any new PCs and the current NPCs are in terms of like how much XP has been earned. We'll come to how I do that if we get to that sort of situation. But yeah, there's no official rules on how you handle that. And yeah, anyway. Cool. Sorry, just from the chat that it's a bit blurry. I apologize for that. We've had lots of connection issues with, well, it's because of me. I live in the countryside. My internet's not great. And when we ran Vazen the other day, the internet was bad. There was like frozen video for like half of it. It was terrible. So I've lowered the resolution on this from the usual 1080p to 720p, which will mean reading things is going to be a bit harder to do. If it's too much, then I can look at increasing it again. But for now, it's locked into 720p, and at least it looks like everything seems to be going well. So.
But why is my background on our overlay orange?
1 second.
I mean, like, honestly, first
I fixed it.
Problems and all.
Fixed it.
What did you do?
It's because it's partially transparent. I have a background layer on the back of our overlay, and it's like orangey yellow. So as soon as I took that off, it went normal. So when I put that up, there's some transparency in your image somehow.
Weird.
Anyway.
In the Netherlands.
Right. So that's what we've got up to. We've progressed the clock 2 days. So if I bring up our little time tracker over here, we can see here that I've progressed 2 days. So we're basically, these 2 last red dots here are new. It's the morning of the 35th of Spring Wane. There's a light rain, but it's nothing, nothing torrential or anything like that.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And what do you want to do? One thing. Sorry. One thing I needed to just quickly mention is there was a legend that was given to you by
the people in Lagoon
one of the people in Lagoon Point, one of the NPCs who I don't have a name for off the top of my head. And they basically, because you were there for 2 days and staying the night and stuff, they were kind of asking what your plans were. Whether you're gonna stay for a bit, whether you're gonna go off somewhere, and you were kind of saying that you didn't know where you wanted to go. You were kind of umming and ahhing between going off to the east and going off to the west. So one of them actually told you about a legend off to the west, and that's what you have talked about pursuing. Does anybody want to read that legend out? If they've got access to it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, access.
Oh, it's in Discord.
Where's your Discord?
I can pull. I've actually got a graphic of it. I can load up as well here. I might just do that.
I have
I got it.
All right. Okay.
I got it up here. I'm just gonna move that to front and center. The orcs of the Forbidden Lands have sought their place in the world ever since they were sent to war against the humans and were abandoned by the elves and dwarves. For the record, the elves did not abandon them. Many of them live bitter lives as miscreants and robbers in the forest, but word is now spreading that an orc leader is holding court in the abandoned elven fortress of the Eye of the Rose. He is said to call himself Emperor Haraka the First and the Greatest. Merchants who visited this place whisper that the Emperor has bought a priceless ruby that he tends to bestow upon his spouse so as to prove his worthiness as Emperor. And when I heard that, as Lyria never does, she got fucking irate. Because, and she explained this to her companions, that elves, when they die, they don't really die. They just kind of, inside them is like this, I would almost akin it to like a seed, but it looks like a ruby. So when they die, if you take that ruby or seed and do a ritual with it, you're able to technically regrow the elf. So having an idea of what that was, giving that I've got elven heritage, and she is very proud about it. She's seen that ruby as potentially being a seed that she feels it is their obligation to go and liberate from this squatter in the fortress.
I just like the sound of this guy. I like the cut of his jib, the first and the greatest. Like, let's do this. Let's go. I'm curious.
I've got a stone inside me too. Saw a bird swallow a stone one time, and I thought it'd be interesting to see what happens.
It doesn't work that way, Clark. I've told you before. I've told you before, it doesn't work that way.
Well, it never came out.
Okay, so that's what you've been told. There was some talk about taking some boats. The people within the villagers within Lagoon Point, as a way of saying thanks, did offer to give you, if you did want to take boats, did offer to give you 2 boats out of the stores that they have. They have quite a few boats, and they can make more because they're kind of they can't quite make
their talent.
They can't quite make them just yet because somebody's taken the only wood cutting axe in the village.
Hey, traded,
yeah.
Fake news.
Traded after a manipulation roll, right?
Yeah, well,
to get them to convince them that they didn't need it really. So anyway, they offered 2 boats because you had all talked about going off onto Lake Varda and taking one of the rivers perhaps. But they did also say if you do go onto Lake Varda, then you basically go straight out of the marshes and try and go into the center of the lake or to the opposite side and try and steer clear of the southern coastline or shoreline, because the Saurians don't take well to trespassers, and you could probably get out into the lake from where they are potentially without too many issues, but from there there's still a risk. Yeah, if you come across any Saurians, they might not be too well disposed to you for being on their lands. So that's when you decided that. So tell me what you decided to do, and let's start the session.
Well, Greta hasn't developed her sea legs yet, so I think we backtrack through the woods to the river. Go check this place out.
Okay.
I have a question. Does anybody have any ability to row or sail or navigate on water?
It can't be that difficult to land, surely.
I've got a sneaky feeling that because this is forbidden lands, everything is difficult.
I kind of figure if we were to get on the boat, as long as we keep the land to our left, our right, then we should be fine to kind of go around.
I feel like we may have fallen at the first hurdle.
And Arlek kind of looks up at the sky as it's sort of raining on us. He's like, it sounds all good when the weather's good, but what happens when there's a storm? I don't want to be on a lake like that.
We need to stick to the land, and I don't want to see you trying to put Greta and Nanny on the rowboat.
No.
They would fit. They would fit with one person. It would be a kind of a tight squeeze, and you wouldn't want them to rock it.
I'm not going in that boat.
Probably one of you with
animals.
One of you with an animal handling, right? Which would be Arlek.
Yeah, I'm good with animals, but I don't want to tempt fate.
No.
Well then,
I think we head south, out of the swamp, and make our way east, around, and then try to get to the North Shore.
Okay, so since Key is directionally challenged by the sounds of it, west, east, west, we're going to the west, right?
Yeah, sure.
I think
west on the map.
southwest southwest.
Where
and
the
then-
hell do we want to go?
Well, we're gonna follow. So my idea is that we follow our trail to the pond and then
Yeah,
start
Mhm.
trekking across.
Okay.
the
Well,
pond was all right, as I remember.
what if we, well, I guess, do we have an actual map with us?
No.
Knowing the rough layout of where we've come from, skirting around the south side of the lake, and then cutting down at a certain point would be easier than trying to trek through the forest itself.
Does
Well, I mean, we keep
Anybody
the
know-
light part of the forest might not be so bad. Fewer Saurian slavers, I think.
do we know about what's on the map?
No.
Uh,
No.
fair enough.
This
So
map
the
is
villagers wouldn't.
this map. I
the
mean, I did.
villagers wouldn't have told us.
Well, the villagers haven't really been all over. They're not explorers. They're just traders, and they were theoretically they've come
Fair
from
enough.
another
So they won't
village
know about
to
the
live.
mountains
to come
on the
here.
west.
Yeah, they might know that there are mountains to the west, but they won't know they won't know anything more from kind of what you're seeing here
Mhm.
currently. If you're looking
I
at the,
assume from the map we can actually see the mountains far in the west, like way in the distance.
Probably, yeah.
yeah, I mean it's overcast
My
right now and
thinking is
raining,
that
so you
if we
can't.
wanna
But
go
if it was clear,
north, if we go west first, then we're gonna have a hell of a time. Whereas if we want to go north, if we go east first, we'll have an easier time.
What?
Well, why?
We're trying to go west.
Well, why the hell are people talking about going north then?
Well, it's like west and then north. West by northwest.
Good.
I'm easy wherever I want to go. I don't mind. Lyria?
Let's go.
Let's just.
Yeah,
Fuck.
Lyria, lead the way. Where are we going?
Are we sure Arlek doesn't have a map in that bag of his?
No. I looked back and I started digging through. No, I don't have. And you don't want to trust these maps these people draw. It's
At least we know how to get back the way we came. And then just
I
cut
would
across.
trust the map before I trust you.
well, I'm not leading the way.
As long as we keep the
I'm not
swamp to
making
our
that
right,
claim.
we're
Sorry,
fine.
Ed.
Yeah, we keep the swamp to our right, I reckon.
Yeah, I
So,
think.
okay. So
Let's head out.
okay. So where are you going?
I think on our map,
West.
if we go back the 2 previous dots
Yeah.
Okay.
and then
Alright.
kind of go into that little
Go northeast into the little,
nipple of trees, and then
Yep.
across.
Let's
All
do
right.
it.
So basically, the way this works, because you're retracking grounds you've been in before. You don't need anybody to do lead the way, to make the lead the way rolls. Just a reminder: lead the way. You make the lead the way roll to try and stop mishaps from happening. And we've saw one mishap already, which was when Kark got caught in a quagmire in some quicksand and nearly died. So those are the sorts of mishaps that can happen, also with the trousers being ripped, etc. So by backtracking, you're able to you still move at the same rate. You don't move any quicker, but you don't have to roll for the for mishaps.
You want me to keep watch?
I do, however. Well, this is the thing: is encounters can still happen.
Keep
So
watch then.
keeping watch allows you to keep an eye out for whether anything's coming up against you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get started in the morning. Say goodbye to Lila and Olaf. Who are gonna. They've decided that they're gonna stay behind. And yeah, you start making your way. You make your way into this first hex, and there's nothing to encounter. So that takes you kind of halfway through the first, basically here through the first morning segment. Then you move into the next one, and can I get a scouting roll for from Kai, please?
Damn it. Oh, scouting as opposed to keep watch roll.
No, when you're keeping watch, you make a scouting roll.
Okay.
Yeah? That's basically what you're doing.
1 second. Yep, I've done it. I got one success.
Cool. You spot something up in the distance. And it basically looks like... So remember, this is like rolling plains, so it's not like completely flat or anything like that. But it is relatively flat. And you can see when you're kind of cresting a slight rise that off in the distance, you see what you think are people on the ground. And what looks like potentially some kind of small structure, maybe a cart or something like that.
Okay. Can we... Well, I'll kind of head back a bit and let the rest know what I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
What would you like to do? Shall we get closer, or...
Cart? Maybe they have something to trade.
They're on the ground, so I don't know whether or not they're injured or whether they're sleeping. I don't know.
Oh, we should go check it out, I think.
Okay. Should I go ahead and go a little bit stealthier than normal, or should we just go ahead and just walk straight up to them?
But what do you reckon, Lyria?
Well, I would say take a little bit more of the stealthier approach. That way we can kind of see what's going on first before committing to anything. But don't go too far ahead. We want to make sure that we can get to you rather quickly if something goes wrong.
Okay.
Unlike last time.
Sure. Okie dokie.
All right.
I pat Greta. I'd be like, now quiet now. Quiet.
Okay. So who's going to be sneaking?
I will try and be sneaky.
Okay. Just to remind you, the only person with any points in sneak is Kark.
Yep.
So, I mean, you spotted something. Yeah. Anyway, he's only got one more pip than you do in it, so it's not a huge advantage. But yeah, just saying.
Okay. Yeah, I will try and sneak a little bit closer.
All right.
Be good, Lumberfoot.
Give me a roll. Oh,
Okay.
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 I get to roll another roll against that. Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah, you kind of take the terrain to your advantage, where it's kind of rolling a little bit, and kind of stick to some of the lower bits of terrain, and you do manage to get not super close, but close enough to actually see a little bit more detail. And what you see is effectively an overturned cart.
Right.
There are what look like smashed goods. It looks actually quite similar to what you found with Arlek. But
right,
this is a much bigger cart than the one that Arlek had. And you also notice that there are bodies lying on the ground.
Right. Okay.
There is blood. You can see lots of blood from this distance, or what looks like blood. You can see some people are kind of moving slightly, like they've been injured. And you can see one person who's looks to be possibly not injured, but is basically like moving from one body to another.
Okay.
And that person looks to be human, or definitely not Saurian. I mean, it could be, you can't tell from this distance, but roughly human size. It could be theoretically an elf or a half elf, but it's definitely bigger than a halfling or a goblin or a orc, that sort of thing.
Okay. I'll string an arrow and just make my way a little bit closer. I'll look back behind me to make sure they're sort of like no more than sort of like 50, maybe 100 foot away.
Okay.
So we don't stay too far apart.
What are the rest of you doing?
We are. I mean,
I imagine
unless
we're probably advancing up behind, aren't we?
Yeah,
Keeping our distance.
Yeah, just kind of looking
Yeah.
for an indication from Key whether or not we should be slightly more or less cautious. I think.
You'll see me string an arrow to my bow.
Yeah.
I'm going to call that an indication.
Yeah. We'll hold the hand. Like, oh. Hold on now.
Okay.
All right.
And I'll kind of make my way towards the person looting / checking the bodies, with a view that as soon as they look like they're about to be aggressive, I'll stick an arrow in them.
Okay. All right. You start getting a little bit closer, and you see that the person who's kind of like how close are you trying to get? Like close?
I'll probably try and get within sort of like, I guess, short range of my bow, so I've got a decent chance of hitting them. But if obviously they start to turn around and look at me, I'll stand up and kind of just at that point I'll kind of address them depending on what they do.
Ed, you're coming across a little bit louder than everyone else, so just very quickly, could you maybe drop your volume about 10% or so?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, will do.
Thank you. All right, you start getting a little bit closer, and at some point, the person who's kind of moving around notices you, and it doesn't look like they're looting anyone. It looks like they're like kind of shaking some of them by the shoulder, like, you know, trying to I don't know, it looks like more like they're maybe trying to help somehow, but they don't seem to have any like medical equipment with them or anything. And when he spots you, you notice it's a human male, and he says, "Oh, brother, look, someone's come to help us." And at that moment, you hear kind of from some of the other bodies that are kind of around, they start kind of moaning, but they've been quiet. They had been quiet before. And you can also see that not only is there indeed blood on pretty much all of them, some of them are not moving. You can see intestines kind of spilling out of their stomachs. And yeah, it's quite a gruesome scene, really. And it just seems that this one guy who's moving around is the only one who seems to be up and about. The rest of them are all basically, some of them are moving a bit. When he said that there's someone's come, you can see that some of them are lifting their heads up and kind of like groggily looking at you, and some of them even reach their hand out to you. But they're still at a bit of a distance where they're kind of, you can't really hear what they're saying. And he kind of watches you warily as he sees that you've got a bow.
Yeah.
And he says, "Please, we were attacked."
Who are you?
I'm a trader. Robbers came. They took some of our extra horses. They killed these ones here. There are two horses lying dead near the cart. Do you have any water? Do you have anyone with you who's a healer? No, brother, please don't fall asleep. And he kind of taps the cheek of the guy kind of lying near him.
Okay, I'll probably take a little bit closer. Being very wary about what these people on the floor are doing. Is it an ambush? Is it not an ambush? Do they look like they're actually hurt? Is it pretend?
Okay, we'll come back to you. What are the rest of you doing?
I think that
you probably can't hear that interaction quite. Or maybe you can hear that there's somebody's talking to Key. But yeah. Go on.
Now that we've seen that they're having an interaction, obviously the time for stealth is done. So I'm going to walk at a normal and reasonable pace to walk up next to Key. And there's no point not revealing that we're here.
Okay.
So now we're here.
Yeah, I would fit the hobble around Greta's legs and sort of come up behind Kark.
Okay.
Use my walking stick.
Yep. Lyria?
Would it be safe to say that I would have gotten geared up at this point?
Well, what do you mean by geared up?
Well, armor.
What?
Yeah, I mean you're off exploring, so you would have. I mean, there's no reason you wouldn't keep your armor worn at this stage. I mean, I'm only assuming you're taking your armor off when you go to sleep, because sleeping in chainmail is, so I've heard,
Painful.
is pretty painful.
Yeah.
I've got to try it one of these days. I'm sure it'll be awful.
So yeah, I'm assuming that you're all kitted up with the equipment you've got. You've, I mean, you've seen something ahead of you. You're exploring a hostile land, so you know you've got weapons. You know, either scabbarded or as soon as you see anything that looks like it potentially could be a threat, you'd have it out pretty quickly. So I'm kind of assuming you're all armed right now, more or less.
So as,
Yeah.
yeah. And so as we approach, I mean, we haven't really heard this exchange yet. Would it be too early for me to do an insight test?
Well, I want to hear what Lyria is up to first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I would be skirting a little closer to Key once I start to hear actual voices.
Okay.
I would like to think that if anyone has any malicious intent, seeing somebody on the horizon that looks like they're set for combat could help
Mhm.
diffuse a potential hostile situation.
Okay.
So
Yep.
I wouldn't make my presence hidden at this point.
You would keep your presence hidden.
I wouldn't. I would kind
Oh
of
right. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
kind of
Yeah.
skirt up to a hill type
Yeah.
deal and
Okay. By the way, there are about a dozen bodies here. There's quite a few. So just to contrast with Arlek's scene where there was one dead body and some blood and stuff, there are many more here. So it looks like it was a scene of quite a big fight. Okay, go ahead and give me that insight roll then, from
Sure.
Arlek.
Let's do it. Okay. It's just one. There. Here goes. Two successes.
2 successes. With 2 successes, you definitely feel like something's off.
Mm-hmm.
You can't quite place your finger on it, but the one thing is that basically closest to you, there's somebody, like the body that's lying closest to you is kind of looking at you and kind of holding their stomach where intestines have spilled out, but you can't see like an opening in their stomach where you'd expect intestines to be.
Oh.
Right. Okay.
and we're playing cult.
Well. All right. Yeah. So I think I sort of paused seeing that, and so
That guy reaches out
skills-
to you before you do anything else and says, "Please, are one of you a healer?
Yeah.
You
yeah,
lady,
well,
you look like are you a druid? We need help, please. Please come help."
Maybe there's something we can do for you, but looks like you got quite a wound there, my friend. So I kind of look him over, and I'll be like,
Which one? The one that's
"Ah."
closest to you? I mean, you're not
Yeah, this
near.
one
You're
that's-
you're kind of like long distance still.
Oh, okay. Well, you said the one that was closest.
Yeah, but there are like bodies
So-
dotted all around this cart, and you're quite a distance
Right,
from
right.
it. So one of the bodies that's closest to you is what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's not like
So-
next to you
So
or
like
anything.
20 yards
Right,
away,
right.
that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, sorry.
No, that's
way you
all. That's all
described
good.
it, I thought
Yep.
I'd been closer. And I'd be like, all right, come over with me. Let's look at this. Let's look at this man. See if we can do anything for him. As I go up to this one that had been talking to me and whom I think has a not so legitimate wound. And
And as you approach, the man who'd been talking to you, who is like a little bit further back, next to somebody else, stands up and kind of approaches you as well.
yeah, Okay, so the one next to him. And does he look injured in any way, shape, or form?
He has blood on his hands and he has blood on his clothes a bit. But if he's been looking after people that are bleeding, then you'd expect that. But he doesn't seem to be. You can't see any like wounds on him, and he's walking like he's uninjured as well.
Yeah.
Just 1 second then. So you and Kark are walking forward. What are Lyria and Key doing?
I will move towards Key.
And I'm kind of like staying back a little bit as soon as I can see that Kark and Arlik are going forward. They're kind of, well, Arlik's the kind of talker. I know that Kark can handle himself. Well, I'm probably better off where I am. I'm a little concerned that they're injured, but I want to make sure that they're not pulling a fast one. But I'm sure Arlik and Kark will figure that out.
Okay, so Arlik and Kark, as you get closer to the person lying there, kind of closest to you, you can see it is indeed a man, and his eyes are watching you as you're approaching, and he's got his hand is kind of over his head, and he kind of reaches it up to you as you start getting closer, as you're about maybe 5 meters away or so. Yeah, and you're convinced, Arlik, you're convinced that, you don't know what's wrong with him, but you're pretty sure that those intestines don't belong to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe a horse even. So as we get closer, and so there's one of them that's sort of standing in front of me, right next to the one that's on the ground, reaching his arm up. Am I reading that right?
You're approaching the one that's... So if you imagine it like you're approaching, like the cart is in front of you. There are bodies, you can see all these bodies dotted around the cart. And they kind of... One just happens to be, because of where you're approaching, closest to you. And the other guy was off a little bit to the right and a little ways back. And as you started approaching, like he was addressing you, or was addressing Key when Key kind of showed himself. And then as the two of you kind of moved forward to walk up to the body closest to you, he started walking over towards you as well.
Yeah, okay.
So he's probably also 5 meters. Well, just to make it simple, say like he was the same distance from that body that you were. And so you're 5 meters from it. He's also 5 meters from it and 10 meters from you, roughly.
Yeah.
He is going to sidestep about 2 or 3 meters so that I've got a clean line of sight and I don't obviously have to shoot over Arlik and Kark.
So this one that's approaching me, standing, I'll say to him like, "Hey there, friend. I think your boy down here on the ground could use a good walk. Drop all those fake guts. He'll start feeling better real quick. What's going on here?"
Fake guts? What do you mean?
If something's wrong with him, it's not him clutching those guts. You tell him get up. I'll have a proper talk.
He looks a little bit confused. And yeah, he doesn't really say anything, but he looks down at the fellow on the ground and says, "Are either of you a healer?"
I don't think any of us really fall into the healer category. I mean, might be able to help someone that's actually wounded, but
well, I don't know what you mean by that. But wait. If one of you is a healer, please, we need your help. We were attacked by robbers. We need help.
No healers among us.
He waves over at Lyria and says, She looks a little like a druid or like a healer," and he starts gesturing to you, to Lyria. Now remember, Charlotte, that Lyria didn't. Did Arlik say anything?
I mean, Arlik has said that he thinks his wound is not real. So yeah, he has said that out loud.
So
it's a game.
Yeah. So I've actually, if you look on the map, I've got a battle map here.
Ooh.
And everything's... Are there a lot of black boxes?
Wait,
I just see the world map.
Oh, yes, I see.
So scroll down here.
Oh, look at that.
Click on that.
Yep. Okay.
I don't know why some of these are black. That shouldn't be.
No, they all look fine to me.
Okay, it was just on my rendering thing there. They're not rendering properly. Let me do a quick refresh and see if that helps. Apologies to everyone watching. They're good for you too?
Yep.
Yeah, it's fine. I thought Key was more in and amongst the rabble.
There we go.
Okay.
Well, no, I'd stopped kind of further away, so.
Oh, okay. Yep. Got it. Cool.
So we'll give it a minute to
I think
kind
the
of
guy
click in.
that's standing up is the one that's standing up.
Yeah, this guy basically I'm moving around right now.
Yep.
Is the one who's standing up. Yeah, and this
Finally,
body,
into them.
the body that's kind of closest to you is kind of oh, it's actually a woman. I said it was a man, but it's actually a woman.
Okay.
These are just duplicated NPC artwork minis that I've grabbed from the Forbidden Lands book. So don't pay too much attention to them necessarily. But that's basically what you see. That's kind of roughly how far you are. We'll say that's like, I guess it's like 5 meters or so.
Yep.
We're gonna say, I guess
About
you're a
15
little bit
meters.
closer. Yeah, you're more like 15-20 meters away, I think.
Yeah, that's cool.
So more like that. Yeah, and I guess the pack animals will be a bit closer too. So we'll do it like that a little bit.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Cool.
Yeah. So I'd be like, let's talk straight for a little while, right? Maybe we have something we can do for each other. I know a thing or two about actual trades. We can talk. Maybe we can go our way and you can go yours.
a trade.
can't find
We need healing. We
bargain.
need healing. What are you talking about?
Ah.
He walks over to this person here, and says, "This is my friend. He's not quite as badly injured as the others. Maybe your healer could take a look at him." And he kind of helps the guy up to his feet, and you can see like part of his body is covered in blood, like the left side of his body is covered in blood, and his arm is hanging limp at his side. And as he stands up, he has like a stick. It's kind of like a big stick that he's using to kind of push himself up from the ground with, and he's kind of wobbling like this, and then puts his arm with the stick around the other guy's shoulder, and they start approaching you.
Yeah.
They look armed.
I mean, the one guy's got a stick. The guy who's been walking around, you notice as he turned away from you, that he also has a stick tucked behind his belt.
No, and so I say to this guy,
Tell you what, maybe you could come with us over to our fellas there around the back, and we'll all have a look and see what's what.
now hold on now. I have 2 eyes and a good bit of sense in my head.
They're getting closer.
Yeah, this is not how this is going down. So now I want to ask you again. Let's talk straight.
Just look at
We're
my.
gonna be heading on our
Just
way.
look at my friend, please.
I'll shout.
They're
Don't
coming up.
move any closer.
They both stop when you shout that.
And
Kark,
can
Kark, are you kind of stepping back a little bit when they're getting closer to you? They're approaching you.
And can I manipulate this guy?
Yeah, you can try to
Insofar
manipulate.
as I'm trying to
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
I mean, what's
We're gonna
your
talk
what's your intention here with the manipulation?
Oh, okay. It's exactly as I'm saying.
Yeah.
I want to sort of drop the BS, and we can talk about what we might be able to do for each other. That's my outcome.
I'm gonna roll his insight, which is what you rolled to counter manipulation. Okay.
And what am I rolling here? I am rolling. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right, that is no good. I am going to push that roll.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do that. And I'll take a point of damage.
Oh
my!
Oh, your empathy
God.
takes a hit. You don't succeed with your manipulation roll. You get 3 willpower points, and you
Wait,
take 3
what?
empathy damage.
Hold on.
All right, go on.
Yeah. I have a pride.
Okay, yeah. You do have
I'm
a
not
pride.
done yet.
What's your pride?
My pride is I can close any deal. And this
Okay.
is the deal.
This is definitely a deal, I guess. Is it a deal?
Yeah, my deal is
It's
maybe
deal
we can-
adjacent.
Yeah. This is the lead up to a deal.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
One
Go on, then.
success.
One success. Okay. So you don't
That
take
was
the damage.
costly.
You don't take the damage though. I don't believe.
Wait, I don't.
Let's just check that very quickly.
Pretty sure I do.
Wouldn't it be counted as a success?
I could be wrong.
It counts as a success. Yeah, you
So
basically.
you wouldn't take.
Yeah, I thought that's how you did it. We haven't used pride that often. Bear
No.
in mind, everybody, actually, to get experience points from your pride, you need to use it. So just familiarize yourself maybe with
Yep.
it now while we're thinking about it.
Have a look for rules.
Once per game session, you can activate your pride when you fail a skill roll in a situation where your pride is relevant. If you fail the roll despite this, you must remove the pride. So it doesn't actually say what happens. Okay, let's read the other section.
Yeah, I feel like I took damage failing it.
No, I don't think you do though. The idea is that like it's not a fail. You've succeeded.
Okay.
I believe.
Alright.
Because otherwise, I mean, if your pride is something martial related, like you're gonna you can ignore any wound or something like that, then it wouldn't make sense for you to be broken from an attack if your pride is like if you're a skilled dodger or something. Your pride kicks in and it prevents that harm from being inflicted. Is how I see it. So this will be something good to talk about for our tavern talk actually.
We'll
get
review.
get some feedback from the community and come back and talk about it.
No rules fight. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So one success.
One success. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't roll any successes for my insight roll. So he basically stops. And to look at the manipulation skill, when you successfully manipulate somebody, it does say that they have to do what you want, or they have to attack you immediately, physically.
Yeah.
And that's basically what happens. So we're gonna go straight into initiative.
Okay.
Shoot him.
So the way I'm gonna break this up is we'll figure it out. I've got a little combat tracker over here which I can use. So we'll be using that for this combat. But for now, we're gonna do initiative with the cards. I'm gonna draw cards and then for everyone. So we'll go with who's got the highest agility. So who wants to top? In fact, just here are the cards here. I'm gonna just take a few off the top and put them on the back. Okay, so I've kind of done a little bit of a shuffle on those. Key or Kark? Who wants the first card? I'll just do it for you. I'll go down
Do it for us.
I'll go down the
Just
line.
do it
So
for
we got Arlek first. Arlek gets.
Yeah.
Oh God, I don't know if this is a 6 or a 9. We'll come back to that.
Again.
Oh wait, it's initiative. It's a 6. It's a 6.
Yes.
The next one is a 10 for Kark, unfortunately. The next one is a 7 for Key. This isn't good. We got a 4 for Lyria. And then for our opponents, we have a 5. And we have a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, 9 sounds good.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay, so first person to go is going to be Lyria on 4. So let me just give me 1 second while I just put
fearless
these
leader.
trackers here.
Come on, boss.
Remember, you can
For once,
swap.
at least.
You can at the start of any encounter, you can also swap your initiative between each other. So don't forget
Lyria,
can
do you want
that.
to swap with me?
No.
Oh, right. Okay.
Wow. Yeah. Don't shoot with the guy. Yeah. Don't trade with the guy who can shoot them right now.
What was your initiative?
Mine's 7.
Yeah, okay.
That's fine. Joe?
No, you can go. Yeah,
Woohoo!
because I still go before the other enemies. So
That's true.
Okay, can you see that combat tracker now? Yeah.
Yep. So,
It's over here.
Lyria and I have switched. So,
Yeah, okay, so Lyria and Key are swapping position on the combat tracker. Okay, alright. Cool. So Key's going first. What are you going to do?
I'm going to shoot the one that was speaking.
So this guy down here.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead and give me a marksmanship roll.
Yes, 1 second. Okay. I should remember this, shouldn't I? 4, 6.
So you can scroll up a bit and see some of the other ones. You just put a G for gear. Okay, that works.
Okay.
I guess you don't want to push that, right?
No.
Okay. So what's your base damage on your bow?
I think it is.
It's 2, isn't it? I
It's
believe.
2, I think, for my longbow.
Key.
No, it's
longbow.
damage 1. Sorry.
Okay, but you get a 2 bonus, right?
Yep.
Oh, you've had one skull on it before, right? Okay.
Yep.
So you basically do 2 full damage, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So you basically stick an arrow into this guy, who's kind of focused on Arlek at the moment. And then he kind of like looks a little bit like, he could basically takes the arrow in the shoulder, let's say,
Yeah.
and then it's his turn. He pulls his this stick out from his belt and rushes Arlek with it.
Yeah.
And he's going to attempt to smack you, but bear in mind he's been shot by an arrow, so his strength is going to be diminished here.
Yeah, Arlek's definitely defending himself.
Yeah? Okay. So go ahead and give me your defense roll.
Yep.
Let's see what I need to roll for this guy.
I'll keep that.
Can you look up? Can somebody look up a club or like a simple? I don't know.
Club is 1 and 1.
1 and 1. Perfect. Thank you.
Well, that was easy.
Okay. So you got 1 success, yeah?
Yep.
Did you push that? No.
Nope.
Okay, so with the 1 success, that's fine. You you can see like he's kind of like just not quite with it as his club kind of comes around. The other guy that was with him was holding a club. Kark, you notice that he just basically doesn't seem to be injured in the slightest as he kind of steps up to you and swings his club at your head. They're doing this on the same round. Because when we've got more than one NPC, it's often better just to share initiative. Did you want to defend yourself, by the way?
Yeah, I get 1 free parry every round of combat.
Okay.
Which does not count as one of my actions in the round.
Perfect. So this will be
Nice.
one of them. So for parrying, you roll your melee, which is strength plus melee plus whatever weapon you've got. What weapons have you got actually equipped?
I have my hand axe.
Yeah. Okay. You
I
don't
would
have
like
you
to
don't
have
have a shield.
as well.
Yeah. Okay. That's fine. But hold on a second. Your hand axe isn't a parrying weapon, so you don't get to use the gear bonus from that for parrying.
Oh well.
You would if you had a shield or if you had like a dagger. There's anyway. There's some weapons that have a parrying trait. You can use those for them, but otherwise it's fine. With the parry, you basically
I guess I've got to get one.
you can't actually. In fact, sorry, you can't use a free parry because you don't have a parrying weapon. Sorry about that. So you can dodge by throwing yourself on the ground, or you can stay on your feet, but you get a -2 to your move action. So your option is to dodge instead, which is move. That will use up your action though for this round.
I wanna dodge without throwing myself to the ground.
Okay, so that's a -2 to your move roll. You only have 1 move, so you're gonna basically make an agility roll with a -1, like a -1 negative dice. And I believe we do that
so I'll
by
just
doing a
roll-
1N.
Okay, wouldn't it just be easier to roll?
You could do it
3
straight in the
base.
roller though. Just roll for the 4 base and do instead of the S, just put an N, 1 N. And I think it does it automatically.
Okay.
Unfortunately, that is a negative success because it's a negative dice. So, it's fine. You throw yourself out of the way as the guy's coming with his club, but he doesn't actually hit you anyway. So, yeah,
I guess it's fine.
it's fine. Yeah. So
Overall,
basically, I didn't roll.
nothing.
I didn't roll any sixes against you. But again, you don't know that. So that's just how it goes. Next up on the combat tracker, we have Arleg.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move these down as they go.
Fortunately, I already used one of my actions, or else I would have done something a little different. Ooh, wait. I am going to. I am. So what's his initiative? The guys that are attacking us.
5.
5. I'm going to feint. I want to take their initiative for next round.
Okay.
Kind of dodging, and I knocked that one guy's blow away
Okay,
with my staff, and I'm kind of.
Yeah. I've just swapped it on the combat tracker, so that's fine. Next we have Lyria.
This turn, could I move up to, we'll say, the one that is engaged with Arlek, the one that took the first move?
Yeah, there's something else I actually forgot to do with the marksmanship roll, was to modify it for distance. Just
Yeah,
to remember...
no, I did that, but I also
did.
aimed, so I took the 2, so one cancelled out the other.
Okay, all right. So we're assuming that you're at what range?
I think it was short range. It's -1, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you're at short range, which means it's going to take you 1 movement to close to near range, which is basically like here. Which one did you want to move close to? Sorry, Charlotte.
The one that's with Arlek.
Yeah. So basically, you could move to like here with 1 move, and then if you want to close the distance and kind of engage with the guy, you could take a second move action to get here. And then you won't have any more actions to use this turn. So you can give up one of your kind of full actions. I can't remember what they're called actually. I think they're called.
Well, whoops.
Yeah, go on. Slow and fast actions. So you can movement is a fast action, but you can give up a slow action to do a fast action. So you've used a fast action to move halfway, like there, and then what are you going to do for the next one? You're now at near range.
I moved myself back to where I would be if I did it once. I don't want to be in reach while I end my turn with no turns. Actions.
Oh, don't worry,
So-
Lyria. We got this guy.
So yeah, I will leave it at that. I'll just move that 1 movement phase.
Okay. All right. Yep.
Because charging has to have a talent, right?
Charging has to have a talent. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you can charge. It just takes a slow action and a fast action. Fast action to move and a slow action to attack. Whereas charging as a talent allows you to use an entire slow action to move and hit. Yeah, you have to learn that. Anyway, all good. So we're then going to move to, last but not least, we've got Kark. Kark is on 10.
Okay, well, it's my job to try and hit this guy with my axe.
You'll hear your officer behind you giving commands. Take him out!
Surplus to requirements. Don't worry, I'm already on it.
Okay.
Officer.
He's already attacked you this round, so he can't. He moved and is attacked, so he's got no way to defend himself.
Yeah, okay, let's see. We've got strength. Well, I should reset the damage on that, shouldn't I? There we go. So I've got a strength 4, melee 2, and the hand axe give me 2 gear dice too.
Yeah, 4 exactly. You don't get any. You don't get any skill dice, but yeah.
I don't.
Your melee. Oh, I'm on Arlek. Sorry. You're a fighter. You're a fighter, of course. 4 strength, 2 melee, yeah, and 2 gear. Correct.
You'd think I'd have unstoppably good rolls for rolling this many dice.
Do you want to push that to do more, potentially do more damage? You're gonna
Yes,
do.
I do.
You're gonna do.
Yes.
You're gonna do 2 damage already. With the base
I
damage of
mean-
your axe.
You know what? I'll take that. That's fine.
Okay.
Not that I have a choice, but I'm happy with this result.
Okay. So
Looks
I'm
like you damaged here.
just gonna keep track of this like this, so it's a little bit easier. Okay.
I've now added the damage to my
We're-
axe.
We're going to top of the round then. Actually, you've got a slow. No, you used your fast action to dodge, right? Yeah.
I believe that's true.
Yeah, that's right. So we're back to the top of the round. And in fact, at the top of the round, we are... Hold on a second. Let me just do a little bit of jingling.
Jiggle.
So what's happening is people start shuffling to their feet.
Oh, good.
You bastards.
And all of them are shuffling to their feet.
Oh, shit.
That's a
Literally
lot.
everyone that you can see.
I thought you were overly paranoid, but
Are they
it turns
shuffling?
out-
Are they shambling? Are they?
They're
Getting
pushing
up.
themselves to their feet relatively quickly. So we've actually got now 3 different people on the combat tracker. We've got people at position 3, position 6, and position 9. I drew some additional cards. So between all 12 of these people, I'm going to split them into 4 groups. Okay? And that's how we're going to do it. So at position 3, we've got people who were previously lying down. So I'm going to go with...
This is bullshit.
I'm gonna keep the people who are kind of grouped together a little bit. So so let me just very quickly. Can all of you kind of help this? If you start clicking on the
I
standees
wish
there,
I could.
click on stand up and make flat one at a time, please,
Okay.
just to make it go a little bit quicker. Let me try and figure out who's gonna be who. So with the position 3, I'm gonna do these ones kind of at the bottom, I guess. This one here, make flat. They need to be flat, by the way. So if it says if the option says make standy, then don't click it, please. Just keep it so it says flat. There we go. Okay. All right. All right. Good. So
We're fine. This is fine.
All over it. It's fine.
we're getting a stand up thing. So we've got basically 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4 basically use a move action to get to their feet. They're all armed with clubs, literally all of them, and they take their second thing to start moving towards you.
Once the leader goes down, they'll disperse.
Okay, and then we come to Key.
Well, my first action will be to ready another arrow. My second action will be to aim. I'm done.
Oh,
Okay.
excellent.
That's how bows work.
Okay.
Welcome to Archery 101.
So we then come to Arlek.
Yeah. All right. So Arlek is going to trip this mofo
Mm-hmm.
first.
With your staff,
That's
yeah.
a shove. Yep. Let's see how that goes.
So there's a shove of fast action.
Yep.
Cool.
Yes, that's a success.
Yep, shoves a fast action. It's a melee roll. Yep. Yep. You
And then
you push him to you push him prone. Yep.
yeah. I do this thing where like I take the end of my staff and I kind of hook it behind his ankle and drag him down, and then I'm going to attack him on the ground.
Nice.
So I'm going to add 2s.
You're a
I'd be
filthy
like-
scrap.
Now look, you better stay down. Come on. Ooh, it's a hit. It's a hit.
Woo.
1 damage,
we're gonna
right?
Keep it. Yeah, 1 damage.
Okay. Yeah. You slam your stick down and basically you you hit him where the arrow is sticking out of his shoulder.
Oh.
And he basically like grabs his shoulder and kind of collapses in on himself as you kind of rip the, you can see like as you hit the wound, the arrow kind of like digs around inside of his body and blood just starts spurting out from his it's not actually his shoulder here, it's more like a little bit down like near his chest, and blood just starts spurting out of it.
Well, this one's wounded now.
Okay.
Y'all better back off.
We then come to them, I think. Yeah. All right. So the other one who's attacking Kark is going to attack you again. Do you want to try and dodge again?
Do.
Okay. So go ahead and give me a.
I guess it's an agility.
It's an agility with an unless if you're throwing your.
One minus.
Yeah, exactly the same one before.
Yeah, I don't want to be on the ground.
Yeah. All right. This is your fast action though too. By the way, doing this. Okay.
Hey, nice.
That's good because he would have done two. He got 2 6s. So you've canceled both of those out.
Nice.
Definitely worth doing it there. And then the two that were closer, they push themselves to their feet. This one here and this one here, and they both go running over towards Arlek because they see that that guy's been taken out. They get about there. Okay. Then we get to Lyria. Sorry, I said Kark. It should have been Lyria.
Well, I suppose we just trans.
Oh no! Sorry. You were dodging. I apologize. For some reason, I was thinking you took a turn. Yep, Lyria.
Okay.
First of all, fuck these guys.
Yeah.
Do any of them have torches?
No, it's the morning as well. Well, you can't see any torches anyway.
Cook fire.
Can I?
Come on, fearlessly go.
I'm just seeing if there's any way I can highlight a
How much
object on here.
How much willpower point? You can hold your mouse button down on something and it'll drop a little like pointer. So like this. I'm just push and hold somewhere on the map and it will do that.
Alright, yeah, I have that. Yeah, so this one here that I am targeting right now, I will close with and
I can't see.
stab-
Sorry. Which one?
That one.
I'm not seeing anything.
No.
Just tell me which one. What does it look
The one
like?
that's this one. The one that's
Ah.
moving now.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
There we go. Yep, got it.
I'm gonna run up and stab her in her stupid face.
All right. Yeah, one move to close the distance and go ahead and give me a melee roll. How much willpower points? How many willpower points do you have, by the way?
I don't have any. Maybe one.
You got one.
Oh,
Yeah,
I got one.
you do have one.
Hair in my mouth.
I think Arlek is the one sitting on quite a few. Four.
Yeah, he's
4.
minding them pretty good.
Yeah.
I've
All right.
definitely got a fair stack too.
Yeah, I think
Well,
I think
I have to
Kark's
ask
the
you
one
how-
has the most.
I've just done a
6.
a
Jesus.
push.
Hmm.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind reminding me how that adds willpower.
If you had any ones during your push roll on your white dice, they would grant.
Oh, it's got to be a white die.
It has to be the white die. Yep. It has to be a skull on a white die. That is basically your attribute taking damage, and you
They want gear damage.
yeah gear
Yeah,
gear
so
damage
gear damage
doesn't
doesn't count.
gear damage doesn't give you anything. No. Mm-mm.
Okay.
And it has to be on a pushed roll as well. Okay, so yeah, Lyria. This person has already used their action this round, so they can't dodge or anything.
Okay, so I am rolling 3 base, 1 skill, 2 gear.
The person shouts at you as you're running up to him. Submit! Drop your weapons!
Weird
They're
turn of
not reading
phrase.
the room.
Not on your life.
Oh,
my God.
Jesus.
No.
Okay.
Oh, Leary did it again.
You can roll. There's criticals in this. If you want to roll critical, just for a bit of flavor. I mean, you're gonna kill the person anyway.
Damn fucking right.
But we can expand the critical to see how you kill them. So I think you just roll
RFD 66.
No, I think you just do RF and then crit. Put a space. RF space crit. Nope.
How do you know it's a crit?
If they're broken.
Mm.
Okay, we'll have to leave it there. He has put so Steph, who's made this, has put crits in, but I'm not sure how to summon him. So we'll leave it. That's fine. Just tell me how you kill him then.
As I run up, I am going to spin my hand axe around so I got not the bladed edge, and I'm going to come up in an uppercut and connect with the bottom of their jaw. Shattering their teeth, shattering their jaw, sending their head back and snapping their neck.
Ouch. Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Gain a new talent, dentistry.
We then go to position 9 on the combat tracker, which is them, the last 4 over here at the top, and they're getting up and running after Kai.
Once I get an arrow in that face.
All 4 of them. As they're running, they say, "Don't make this harder on yourself. Submit."
Oh.
Nah.
Submit to my authority. No, they don't say that. Okay, top of the next round then.
Yeah.
Oh no, Kark gets one slow action. Apologies. You've got one person in front of you who's been injured, and he's looking a little bit wild-eyed here now. But yeah.
Would it be possible for me to break from combat and run towards the bunch that are running towards Key?
Yeah, but you will take a free reaction sort of attack of opportunity from the guy who's next to you.
Yeah,
bear in mind he's injured, but yeah.
Next turn, if you and I want to switch initiative, I can go help you to take that note, so that will free you up to go after Key.
That would suit me. All right. In that case, let's get this guy finished ASAP.
Yep.
Well, slow action. I'm gonna chop him.
All right.
Hopefully
he can't defend himself.
thoroughly chopped.
He can't defend himself, so you just need a single success, really.
Yeah. Okay, Sibidius, be good to me.
I wasn't expecting this encounter to take quite this long, and it was randomly rolled.
Cool.
Oof.
Yes.
2. Oh, that's quite a good success. So tell me how you kill this guy.
Well, I'm about half his height, so I'm gonna kneecap him, and then,
Okay.
and then as he's going down, I'm going to bury my axe right through his right hand side orbital oculus. Sorry.
Oof.
So, just
I'll do it.
just a chop right in there, like you're chopping deadwood.
Yep. All right. You fell him like a tree, and then bury your axe into his skull, and he just drops lifeless. Yep. You hear one of
the old one too.
You hear one of them scream and say, "Shem!"
I'm gonna eat this one later.
Okay, we're going top of the round, and we go back to position 3, which are the people at the bottom here, and they basically rush Arlek.
Oh dear.
Well, in fact, they get close and they kind of stand back a little bit, so they kind of are doing this. They're getting ready. You think they're getting ready to kind of charge you once the coast is clear, right? So they're kind of making a line. We're then going to go to Key.
You mean they're lining up neatly in front of an archer?
No, the archers way at the back. There's no clean shot for Key, really. In fact, anyway.
I'm going to shoot the one that's nearest coming to me.
So this one here?
Yep, that's the one.
All right. Give me a roll.
I take it he's close range now.
Yep. So
Excellent.
there's no -1 modifier. However, you will need to. They see you aiming with your bow,
Yeah.
and they're gonna try and throw themselves flat to the floor.
Okay.
Okay. What'd you get?
I'm gonna. No, I'm not gonna push it.
Okay, I got one 6 on their dodge roll, so that cancels one of yours out. So you do 2 damage, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So that what I'll do with my slow action, and then I'll drop my bow and draw my scimitar with my other action. So now I'm ready to go into melee.
Okay.
But I'll just stay where I am.
I'm allowing you to draw your scimitar as a free action, by the way,
Oh, okay.
because I'm assuming you have your weapon scabbarded on your belt,
Yeah,
and this
yeah.
is one of the house rules we did before.
Oh, yeah, of
if
course.
you can have like one weapon scabbarded, and for you it makes sense for you to have a hand weapon scabbarded while you're using your bow, and if you do want to just drop your bow, then you can do that. So
Cool. I'll drop my bow and I pull out my
Yep.
scimitar.
okay, so you still have a fast action,
Um,
but bear in mind they
I
will
guess-
be closing. One of them will be closing with you, so you could save it for a defensive.
yeah. I'll do
With
that
the
then.
scimitar, I think you can parry, can't you?
I think so.
Yeah, it's got parry, so you can actually parry with it.
Okay. Cool.
So you don't have to throw yourself to the ground. You can use your melee.
Do I need the melee skill to parry?
You do need your melee skill.
Yeah.
Dodging otherwise is move,
Yep. That's fine.
which you've got 1 in, but yeah.
Yep.
Like, and you have to throw yourself to the ground to not get any negatives. So it's
I'm a
actually
dodger, I'm
your
not-
better option is your parry in
Okay.
this
Well,
instance.
see what I can do.
Okay. Checking the combat tracker again, we have these ones grouped here going next. So we've already got 3 of them dead. Fucking claimed. Okay. One left here basically rushes Lyria as she sees you basically kill the other one. So that's like her fast action, and her slow action is going to be to swing at your head with the club. Do you want to dodge or try and parry it with your... You've got a sword, right?
I have an axe.
Oh, you got an axe. It doesn't have parry. So you can try and dodge it, which is using your move skill.
Because I used both of my turns. Both my actions.
This
I
is a new
ran
round.
in-
This is a new round.
Oh, okay.
You're next, basically.
Yeah, sure. I will try and dodge.
Now, do you want to throw yourself to the ground and lose 2 skill dice, or do you want to...
No.
Sorry.
Just dodge.
Okay, so you lose 2 skill dice by staying on your feet. If you throw yourself to the floor, you don't lose your skill dice. So you're going to have to roll 1 negative dice, which is just 1 N in place of any skill. Okay?
That'd be a move, right?
That's a move roll, yeah.
Okay, so that's agility and move. No gear.
Nope. So you're basically rolling 3B and 1 N. You want to push that?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, you're going to
So
take
this
1
one-
agility damage at least, but you'll also get a willpower point. At least 1. Okay, so it still didn't help, but you actually get... so your agility... On your character sheet, where it says damage next to agility, put a 1. And go ahead and put your willpower points up to 2 as well. And there you can see on the agility white dice, you've got like a 2 there, which is telling you how many you get to roll next time. Okay. They got 1 6, so you're going to take 1 damage. So also on your character sheet under strength, put 1 damage.
Got it.
Okay. We then go to you. Your turn. One slow action.
I will shout out in pain.
You take like a
And-
glancing blow to your head, basically. Mm-hmm.
It kind of rattles off my helmet.
Oh shit, helmet. Sorry, you've got armor. Fuck. You get to roll your armor. I'm narrating that it hits you in the head, but that's not actually how this works. In this game, how it works is you roll, if you get hit, you get to roll your armor. And do you have a closed helmet? Worth 3?
I do.
Holy shit. Alright, you get to roll 6 dice. So just roll
Oh.
Yeah, fancy.
Just do
Yeah,
R
jeez.
RB and then 6G for like 6 gear dice. You can't push this.
This is our wizard tank.
Exactly.
I mean,
Just
honestly,
carrying
I would
the
argue
entire
that
party.
6 dice, I need to get 1 success.
Yeah.
Dice hate me though, so. Oh, that didn't work. Well,
I think it's
RF.
RF.
RF6G, yeah. There you
Yeah.
go.
You only needed the 1 success, which
Yay.
you got. So you actually don't take any damage. It clangs off of your helmet and doesn't do anything. So
but I still take my damage to my agility because
you do because you pushed
push and
yourself.
roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Well,
cool.
Would I have had to push myself if I had? No, never mind. I
Right.
answered my question.
So going back to you then, what do you want to do for your slow action?
You fucking asshole!
Sounds about right.
Yeah, last chance. Submit to me, or you'll all die.
Her eyes go wide in fear as she basically took her best swing at you, and it just like dong bounced off, and she kind of looks down at your hand axe. But she
Happens
doesn't
to
drop
the
her.
best of us.
She doesn't drop her club. She looks afraid, but she's not submitting just yet.
3 base, 1 skill, and 2 gear.
Do you want to push that?
Uh-huh.
2 more willpower points, 2 damage to your strength, but you do a killing blow.
Sweet.
You feel something like, I don't know, like a tendon tear or something.
Ooh,
I
nice.
mean, you don't take a critical, you don't take an injury or anything like that, but you do take 2 damage, but it's enough to kill that one. So, tell me how you kill this this one in front of you?
Sorry, that was 2 damage to my strength, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. Yeah.
But you also get 2 willpower points for it, so you should be sitting on 4 now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Wow.
We all know that feeling where you murder someone so ferociously you hamstring yourself.
Just embed the head of my axe into their side, which would take out their spleen or something.
Okay.
Kidney,
Yep.
liver.
You eviscerate
Liver's
you
pretty
eviscerate them. Like organs start spilling out as they've slumped to the floor.
Wait, Are
I
you
like
left or right-handed?
Be right. Now, is this the same one that was making a joke about their? Well, not a joke, but pretending to have their guts fall out? Because
Sure. Why not?
It would be poetic.
Yeah. Now their guts are actually spilling out. Okay. The last of them go for this round, which are the ones rushing Kai. So one of them
I think I got skipped.
Did you get skipped?
Poor old Alec.
You did get skipped.
I did.
I apologize.
I think it's because she got attacked and then we got.
Yeah, but but she shouldn't have been attacked. You should have been first. Anyway.
Arlek here is going to again try to back up what Lyria was just saying, that they should really call this shit off right now. So can I use my slow action for a manipulate?
Yep, it's persuade
Well,
is the action, which is a slow action. Yep.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give me a
Let's do that.
manipulate roll.
Yeah, and I'm just like, this is done.
So
You don't
how
want
many?
any of this.
Yeah, I guess the way we have to the difficulty here is you're addressing a crowd, right?
Yeah.
And
We're outnumbered, so I can take a penalty for that.
yeah, but I don't want this. I don't want this to apply to like literally everyone on the battlefield. I think that's a little bit too powerful. That almost seems like a what would be what I would consider something like a profession talent, right? To make an entire
Okay.
group of people stand down, because there's 8 of them against 4 of you right now, right?
I guess so.
And yeah,
And, like, yeah,
but
and,
I'll
like,
let
5
you
of them
address.
are
I'll let
dead.
you address the four that are basically facing you. Okay, so this will apply
Alright.
to the 4 facing you. You are still outnumbered, a little
Yeah.
bit. So I'm gonna put a penalty on that, also because it's a group.
Okay, well, in that case, if they don't have a clear leader to address, then I am just going to swing at one of them because my staff is longer range than whatever little stupid sticks they're wielding.
So you need to take a slow, fast action to close a little bit of the distance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
Maybe
I've
back in
got
the
them.
some good
Oh no,
book
because
bits
I've got them
and
one
stuff.
movement away from you. Yeah. So
Yeah,
actually,
exactly.
I'll just move them a little bit closer, so it just makes a little bit more sense.
Okay.
So it's a bit more like that. I'll move
Yeah,
them
I have
down
a
slightly.
range of near.
So which one are you attacking of those four?
At this point,
Just move it slightly.
does it seem like it would matter?
They're all
'Cause-
holding clubs.
Yeah, and I'll attack whichever one is looking the most confident. See if I can dissuade them further.
That one.
before
That
I
one
do
looks the
so.
most. That one looks the most confident.
All right. Well, that's the one we're going for.
Okay. They get an attempt to dodge, and
Yeah.
they're going to use it.
All right. All right. Let's do this. Yeah. Okay. I can't really think of how I could motivate my Ken talent right now, so we'll just do this.
Let's fuck these spiders.
Oh.
Oh, it's a swing and a miss. I'm not pushing that,
Mm.
and I will keep my fast action.
They throw themselves to the floor anyway, prone.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're keeping your fast action. You said. I
Yeah,
guess
it's
it's a
just
good.
like a-
That's a good idea.
It's
Okay.
just like a swoosh.
So we skipped Arlek. Apologies there. We're going to move back over then to the number 9 slot, which are these over here. This one here is going to get to her feet as this one rushes forward and closes with you, Key.
Yep.
The other one is a little bit further
Preparing.
back, like this. So,
Mhm.
yeah, and this one here gets up and also comes. In fact, this one stands back, moves kind of over here, actually.
Okay.
Now it's your turn.
I thought I was defending against the one that was attacking me.
It's not attacking you. It took two
Oh,
full,
okay.
two full move actions to close with you, but hasn't actually
Right. Okay.
doesn't have anything left. So
Right. Okay. Right. So in that case, I can see that my scimitar has the hook ability, so I quite like that whole shove malarkey.
Mhm.
So I'm going to try and do that.
Oh yeah.
And try and hook it. I'm guessing it's going to be just. Do I use, even though I don't have melee, I'm just rolling my base dice and my gear dice.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't have melee, you still get to roll. You do your attributes
Okay,
plus your
cool.
gear. That's right.
Right.
Sorry.
And this is to hook
It just means that means like when you're pushing, if obviously with a higher melee skill, when you push, you have a higher chance of, and even
Chance.
before you push, you have a higher chance of getting sixes without
Yeah.
without the risk there. Without it,
Okay.
anytime you push, you know any ones on the dice are going to be either breaking gear or breaking you. So
Right. So to hook him, nope.
Ooh.
I'm not pushing.
you didn't get. Okay, that's fine. For some reason, it's you didn't
went
put a
one
G
base,
in.
sorry,
You
yeah,
didn't put a G in,
sorry.
but that's fine. It's fine. It makes.
Four base plus one base.
That's fine. I'm going to fail to hook him.
You're
I
not
guess
gonna.
I just failed to do that.
That would be the one base. The one skull is
Would be
actually
the
on
last
your
one.
scimitar.
Yeah.
So
No.
I'm assuming you
I'm not
don't want
gonna
to break
push.
that.
No, I'm not going to push, and then I'm just going my normal will just be to attack as normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're a strong group.
Hold on.
Running away is how we're gonna get massacred.
Sorry.
Just have a quick look for a shove. And it looks like I don't get nothing bad happens to me if I fail.
No, shove is just a straight melee
Okay.
fast action.
So I'm going to smack him with my sword, I guess.
Yeah.
But I'm a little bit worried that they're all closing in on me, so I'm going to push it.
Okay. Good luck. Oh.
No.
I think that I've actually, whoops, I've broken my
This
scimitar.
this scimitar was looted off of a Saurian, and it's not great quality. And as you're like, this is like representing a flurry of blows almost.
Yeah.
And you go into kind of chop with it. Again, you've got no skill in melee, right?
No, I'm just like wielding it around.
And you kind of you're trying to go in for a chop, but you don't get it quite right, and it hits this person with like the flat of their blade, and it snaps. The blade just snaps. So yeah. Okay, top of the next round.
Just
go on.
For theatrical storytelling, I'm just going to throw the end of the actual scimitar at one of them.
Okay,
Nice.
sure.
Okay.
We go back to the next round. Is position 3 are the people who are lining up against Arlek. But Arlek, you saved your last round in like your last turn in the last round.
Can I use that? Because sorry, I didn't realize. Can I use that to feint and take their initiative spot?
Yeah. Sure, that makes sense.
Great.
So you go first. They go in 5.
That's what I did.
Yeah, I didn't think about that actually, because you were facing off against them and they'd already gone. So.
Yeah. No, I still thought they had to go for whatever reason. Yeah, so it's just these 4 that are off at a distance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the one fighting Lyria still up. Can't tell. No.
No, they're all dead. They're all dead.
Yeah. All right. I am going to. So they'd have to advance to attack.
Wow, this combat is taking the entire session.
It has.
We've got like 20 minutes to go.
I'm going to. Well, shit. I feel like we have to make a bit of a statement, so I'm just going to take a swing at one of them again, the same one. Yeah. So I'm rolling the same dice that he was.
This person threw themselves prone, by the way. So go ahead and roll a. Yeah. You get advantage. Yeah.
Ah, come on. All right. Nope. But we can't afford to push that. So
you'll break your staff.
I'm gonna save my fast action and yep.
Yep. Okay. We then go to number 4 on the list, Key. Sorry.
I thought I'd already gone this round. Obviously not.
Not Key. Not Key.
No. All right.
Hold on.
That was the end of last round.
What the hell?
He
I'm
was
totally mixed up. It's Kark hasn't gone.
Himself.
I haven't. No, I was wondering if I've missed something.
Fucking
Could've
hell.
went a bit wrong.
I think yeah. Anyway, we'll just ignore that. Something to talk about in the tavern talk is keeping bloody track of this shit.
You know what
Kark.
would be nice would be like a tick box or something that runs along the combat tracker to show, who's gone this turn.
Here,
I was trying to just move him down like that. Yeah? On the combat tracker to say if you've gone already. So we can do that like this.
Yeah.
So let's take your action from the last round because you haven't gone yet, and we're not actually that far away from you. In the grand scheme of things. So why don't you go ahead and tell me what you want to do?
What do I want to do?
Yeah. You've got a full suite of actions.
Yep. I want to attack this one here. Can I move this far?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, great. So I'll move for my fast action to attack this person, and then use my slow action to attack that person.
Okay. They don't see you coming.
Nobody ever does.
And they also used their 2 move actions to get where they are. So
Yeah.
okay,
that's a chipping.
That's a kill. So go ahead and tell me how you kill that one.
Wow.
The long grass just rustle, and then it parts all of a sudden as
A crazy mad goblin.
it's like something. It's and there's nothing quite like that juicy Achilles tendon. So I'm just like launching myself like a horrible goblin at them, and I fall a little short of the back of them. But that's all right because that Achilles tendon's in biting distance, so I latch on with my teeth as I'm kind of using my hatchet to, like an ice pick climbing up a cliff, and I'm going to climb up them with the hatchet.
Oh my god.
Until I get to their face, I'm going to eat your eyes.
It's the most terrible thing.
Jesus Christ.
That's why I love Cuck.
Okay.
Nothing's too horrible.
We're now back to the future round. Back over to Key then, who's in position 4.
I'm guessing I'm waiting for them to attack me. So.
Oops. no, it's your turn now.
Okay.
Well,
so-
actually, you kind of went out of order. I made you go. I made you go in position 10 for some reason instead of you'd already
It's
gone
fine.
that round. So you'd gone twice in that round. We're just going to say that's exactly what happened, right?
Okay.
So yeah,
In that
you've
case-
acted. You've acted already. You've done
Yeah,
your.
it's fine.
You've done your
I've done
2
my stuff.
actions.
Yep.
Right. You tried to
Yep.
shove and then you tried to attack.
Yep.
Apologies. So we're actually back on track now.
Okay.
Yeah. Number 5 is going. This is. They're all dead actually. All of number 5 are dead. No, 6 is dead. 6 is dead and gone. So I'm gonna move 6 off the tracker there. 5 is the group. Does anyone remember the one that was attacking Arlek, right?
Facing off Arlek and Lyria.
Yeah. So this one on the end turns and shouts to the other two. Run back to Grindbone. Tell them what's happening here. Flee. And they're going to attempt to flee. And I'm just going to double check this because we got it wrong last time. I'll make sure I get it right this time. They're not actually closed with anyone.
They can
Nope.
flee.
So they can, I think they can just flee.
I mean, yeah.
And to buy them some time, the one who shouted it is going to close with you. He's going to attempt to close with you. Does he have to... You can get a free attack in before he closes with you because of your long weapon, right?
No.
Or is that- how does that work?
I don't have the relevant talent. No, I mean, I can attack
okay.
him by nature of my weapon is further range, so I could attack him when he's further away.
Right. But you can't
I
you
don't
can't
get a
stop
free
them from
attack.
closing. Okay, fine.
There
So
is
there's a talent for it, which you don't have, yeah.
Right.
Okay, so he closes with you, and that takes one action, and he's going to attempt to hit you with his stick.
And I'm going to attempt to knock his stick away.
All right. So you're doing a parry. Oh, okay. He got 1-6, and you've parried it. So well done.
Yeah, so I get in a guard and knock it away.
These two basically go kind of going running this way. This guy stands to his feet and also goes running. The one that you'd knocked down, or had then thrown himself out of the way. You see, just as he before he throws himself, when he gets to his feet, just before he decides to run off, he looks with a fearful look at Lyria, who's covered in blood, mail shirt, closed helmet, and yeah, has basically just been chopping people down. So yeah, three of them are kind of running away. They've, in fact, theoretically, the way this game works is with a flee action, they're just gone, right? You can't chase them. So I'll just put them to the edge of the battlefield there. Then we come to Lyria. What's Lyria gonna do?
Lyria, knock his weapon away.
I was going to chase one of them down, but no, they just had to fucking flee. Right as I was reading up on magic.
One day you're going to use magic.
I mean, there are
right
some
now.
there are some around you still. I mean, if we kind of if I move these ones like a little bit out of the way, these are all dead. The ones that you're, I mean, you're
Yeah,
basically
the only one
standing in
my
a
area.
you're standing in a pile of corpses right now,
Yep.
more or less. If I would just circle them
so-
around you like you're some sort of death queen.
Nice.
What are you gonna do?
All right. So, this is the first time using magic.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, let's do
And
it.
Arlek has no idea.
That's
No,
right. No
no,
one has
he's-
actually seen you use magic yet.
He's just telling you to knock the weapon away. He
You know
doesn't
what? Though I think Key and Kark may have in the past because
Yeah.
we've been together for
Sure.
a little bit longer.
I mean, yeah.
It's scary. Don't look at her when she does it.
Okay. So what do you want?
Ah,
What do you want to use?
Immolate.
Ooh.
Yes.
Immolate's a rank 2, so you're at rank 1, which means you're going to.
Chance cast, so I'm going to take a mishap right from the very start.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. I mean, that's cool.
Dun, dun, dun.
That's cool.
6.
I mean, I've killed like
So-
3 people, so the
So they,
blood fury.
the way this works is,
Oh,
how
yeah.
many willpower points do you want to spend on this? And bear in mind,
Oh,
you
I
get,
need
as
to
a half
spend
elf,
2.
you get 1 extra anyway, right? So you
Yeah.
can spend 1 willpower point to use 2, like magic. What are they called here? Yeah, base dice basically, or power.
Yeah.
To fuel it with 2 power, I think is the term that's
Call
used.
power, yeah.
Power level. To give it 2 power level.
Right, which I have to do right from the very start because it's a rank 2 spell.
Yeah.
So I'll throw an extra one in there because.
Okay, so that's
Why
3 power level. But you do actually.
2.
So it's costing you 2 willpower points. You still have to roll 3 for a mishap, right?
Yeah.
And how does I'm just wondering how it works for the. It doesn't actually matter for the mishap, so you may as well feel it with as many as you want, because you're rolling for mishap anyway, and like having more than one mishap doesn't actually affect your mishap roll. So yeah, I would say go all in, right? Well, you might want to save some willpower points. That's the
I'm going to
here.
dump 3 willpower in there. So that means I save 1 willpower. I get 4 dice.
Shit. So power level 4. Okay. The spell inflicts damage to strength equal to the power level, and keeps inflicting 1 point of damage per round until
Okay.
To save you some willpower points, that's overkill. But I mean, it's up to you if you want to use it. You only need to use 3.
Do it.
But I need 6s to succeed. Or no, 6.
No. That succeeds automatically.
Right. Yeah.
You're not rolling.
So,
only thing you would be rolling for is whether you get a mishap or not, and you're already taking a mishap, so you don't actually need to roll any dice here.
2.
Oh, you do. You have to roll d66 for a mishap.
Yeah.
And don't roll the 66. Because then you're basically dead. Well, sort of.
Yeah, I'm going to put the 2 willpower in for 3.
Yeah.
And then let's see where.
There's also the half elf talent. If she wants to use that.
Which was that one?
It's you could add like an extra
Yeah,
power level if you want.
Oh, yeah,
You
we
don't-
factored that in already, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't. I mean, you don't need any. Yeah. That's why we said she gets 1 extra willpower point.
Yep. Alright.
So, yeah.
Come on, roll low.
Oh, hold on. It looks like you do roll the dice. Sorry, you do roll the dice because successes on your dice give you extra power levels.
Right, overcharging.
Sorry, and if you roll any 1s, that's when you get mishaps, and you can't push it either. So there's no pushing allowed. So just roll some base dice. You'd be rolling 3 base dice.
Dun, dun, dun.
3B.
Okay,
Ooh.
that's fine. I mean, you
Extra.
still do 3 damage. As basically what happens. Why don't you describe it? What happens? Because you basically kill the guy.
Well, let's see if the miscast kind of factors into that.
Yeah, that's true. And whom are you targeting? by the way?
22.
The one in front of you.
Oh, really?
The magic.
Oh, man.
The magic disturbs your sleep. You won't be able to sleep for D6 days. Or give me a D6 roll. Oh shit! I forgot that it's daytime for you as well, Arlek.
1.
Oh, I didn't forget.
1 day. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, I'm sleepy. Yeah, let me take
Yeah,
mark
you should.
that right now.
Yeah. I completely forgot about that. So 1 day, you're sleepy for 1 day, which in the grand scheme of things is pretty a pretty good one to have, right? So I've just marked those on the combat tracker as well, and that guy's dead. Tell us how he dies.
You would start to see red tinged smoke kind of come out of his holes, all the holes all at once.
Yep. Okay.
Eyes popping with the heat and kind of getting some eye goo on Arlic.
I mean, once it's just before it starts, he throws his head back and starts screaming, dropping his club, and then basically drops to his knees as smoke starts pouring out of his nose, his mouth, his eyes, his ears,
What the hell is wrong with you?
and then he
You
flops
should
over.
have taken your own advice.
Okay, that was pretty brutal. The last ones, then, they kind of look around. There's one kind of standing with Key. The other 2 are gonna flee straight away. They're gonna go running, and the one who's closed with you, Key, you've got no weapon, right? But
That's not great.
But this person is looking at Kark and is going to try and extricate themselves from you. And the action is actually called let me just look it up again. It's a fast action called retreat. So they actually get a. They have to roll. They have to roll move. So let me do that very quickly. They fail, so they kind of don't manage to get away from you. That was a fast action.
Footwork.
They're gonna try it again. They're gonna try the same action again to try and retreat. They're looking desperate. They fail again. So you're basically, they're trying to run. You're kind of grabbing them by the shoulder and like kind of saying, "No, you don't. No, you don't. Kark's coming. Kark's coming."
That's right. I'm gonna
Wrestle him.
I'm gonna grapple. It's what I do.
Yes. We need a prisoner.
So yeah,
Since
over
like
to Kark. You want a prisoner? Okay, it's Kark's turn. We'll see what Kark thinks.
Well,
Don't leave it to Kark. Means there's gonna be no prisoner.
But he'll be eating good tonight.
oh, I sure am. So excited. I'm only eating the best bits. Okay, fantastic. So the key has got this guy trapped.
No.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, great.
So you take. You're close enough. You
Is
can
there
move
any
one.
way that I can? Well, I've already thought about wanting a prisoner. So is there any way that I can intentionally hamstring but not kill this person?
Yeah, sure. But I mean, I'm kind of house rolling this a little bit, but we can say if you declare in advance that you don't want to kill somebody, you can knock their strength down to break them, and just say that instead of delivering a killing blow, you're injuring them in some way or knocking them unconscious or something.
Yeah, I was never trying to kill anyone. Let's be clear about that.
Yeah.
Well, that worked out for you.
Oh, but you did actually kill. We can say we can take it back and say that guy's we can say that guy's unconscious actually, because there was one guy, the first guy that you got him in the arrow wound. We said.
Yeah.
And was splurting
Yeah,
blood. We can say that he's injured. So right instead of X, I'll put injured.
Cool. Well, so I'll use my fast action. I'll have my fast action to move into contact with this person, and then I'll use my slow action to attack said person.
Okay. So give me a. Oh fucking hell!
Turned out all right. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
This is more bloody like it.
Okay.
That's why he's the warrior.
Are you
Yeah.
sorry? Were you actually killing this one or?
I was actually already thinking about taking a captive, so before it was mentioned.
Yeah.
So I'm.
Jesus
However,
Christ.
no, I've got a better idea. No, we're definitely doing this. So I guess I'm just going to like take a running sprint right up behind him as he's trying to pull away from Key, and you already said he was looking at me, having seen what I was doing. So I'm imagining that like the camera zooms in on his face as his eyes widen because he sees the grasses shivering and shaking and parting.
like a
Like a miniature version
velociraptor.
of Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened. Look, when the grass grows 4 feet and the goblin 3.5.
Well, yeah. I think
Yeah.
we're assuming it's not quite as high here because otherwise, Key wouldn't have been able to see anything. But yeah.
So I just basically come barreling up to him, and I'm gonna go for a full body tackle, which given enough momentum, even a small person can knock you right down.
I mean, you've made a roll with your weapon damage with your weapon, right?
Yeah. So as I'm going for a full body tackle, I'm also beating him with the butt end of the axe.
Yeah. All right.
Repeatedly bashing everything within reach. Who knows what I've hit?
You take him to the ground, like riding him to the ground, smacking him with your.
Like subduing a horse that you hate. And and he's like trying to push me off, like when I don't, and somehow his fingers accidentally get in my mouth, and and
yeah, got it.
Like 5 minutes later, we start to get back to reality.
If we're gonna be wrapping up soon, I have something. If I can do this.
Yeah.
In that.
So we're out of combat now.
Yeah. So Kark's doing this mayhem. And Arlek walks over to this guy that he had put down on the ground, who I imagine is kind of down there, like groaning with his bloody wound. And Arlek reaches back into his giant bag and starts pulling out some bandages. And he sort of kneels down over him. Like, hey,
He's unconscious.
you need a healer there, Sunshine?
Oh, we'll say he's not unconscious for that. Sure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it would be a shame if he was.
he just kind of looks at you and says, "You're gonna be sorry."
Yeah. But you already are.
I look forward to it.
Grindbone already knows of you. This won't go well for you.
Didn't go well for you, that's for sure.
Okay, we're gonna end the stream because that's basically
Seems
exactly 2 hours. It's a good place to leave it as well.
Yeah.
Looking at the edge of the map there, we have 5 of the 12 enemies who have fled. You killed 7. I was actually expecting it to not quite go this well in your favor, but again, this is an encounter from the book. They are all basically having clubs because they don't want to kill you. They wanted to take you captive. So yeah,
Teach them.
yeah.
Yeah.
So this is another interesting like encounter to throw at people because it's a lot of combatants, but they're not particularly deadly on their own, if that makes sense. So I could have handled this also differently with having I probably could have made it a little bit more deadly for you by rolling the groups as single rolls instead of individuals. But I kind of liked moving them around. I kind of wanted to try it like this first, and if we have a similar one in future, I think I will do group rolls instead, where basically if there were 4 attacking you, I would roll for 1 and the other 3 would give 3 skill dice for help, which would actually be a lot more deadly for you when you're outnumbered like this. Yeah. So
Nice.
that's it. Yeah. Just in the chat there, Fenhorn is asking if that's method acting, Harry, from you.
No, in reality, I'm 5'11".
I think that comment was more about when you were talking about like how you're gonna chop somebody with gusto and anyway, yeah, all good. And
I've never been convicted of anything.
Magnus is asking if Kark's dead. Kark absolutely is not dead. Kark
No,
was
he's
a killing machine. He was fulfilling his role in the party as the warrior. But yeah.
Ark and Lyria, we just coast.
Yep, we just sort of sit around and kind of
Yeah.
do much.
So yeah, I had
We did
actually
our job key.
I had prepped quite a bit for this session. This was the first encounter. I was expecting you actually to run away when the odds were kind of stacked against you.
Nah.
Because this
Well,
is Forbidden Lands, and yeah, I'm kind of glad I created this battle map as well. This is something I did last minute.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
run
Worked out
away
really
from some
nicely.
halflings. That's what will happen.
Okay,
We'll
so
see.
the big question here is the cart still usable?
That'd be cool.
It is actually.
Ooh.
The cart is absolutely usable. It has been turned over on its side.
Hey.
You notice that there are like smashed crates and stuff next to it, but it's been done in a way that's meant to make it look like something has happened, but nothing has actually happened. And the cart, you imagine, is meant to take you back, but again, you don't see any. There are no horses visible, but you're not far from the forest line, which is in fact where the 5 are. You can see them disappearing into the wood line. So yeah. Well, that was a random encounter from the book, and I might actually
Nice.
make it into something a little bit more meaningful now.
Ooh,
But yeah, that's our session done. Again,
very cool.
this is Forbidden Lands. That was a random encounter. Took up the whole session rather than just being a 5-minute detour. But that's fine. That's what happened. That's how it works. So thanks to everyone for watching, and yeah, for the people
brilliant.
who stayed in chat as well. Thanks for staying and chatting to us.
Yep.
Thanks for sticking around.
And yeah, we'll
That's
catch
pretty
you.
cool.
We'll catch you next time. There's going to be a tavern talk where we'll talk about stuff that happened in this session. We'll be talking about things like everything we kind of talked about already. I'm kind of keen to be talking about the group rules for combat because it's something I did think about whether I want to do that here or not. So I can kind of describe that in a little bit more detail how that works. I know.
I understand it's a lot more tricky to do that. No, do what you've done.
It is more
But
tricky.
It was nice It was nice fighting individuals too.
Yeah, it kind of depends really. because they
I
were so
imagine there's
spread out
probably
on the
an
map,
optimum
and they
number.
weren't. I think if this had been like a proper ambush and they were all together and acting at the same time, I definitely would. Anyway, we'll talk about this in the tavern talk.
Yeah.
I think there's a time and a place, and I think the reason I wanted to do it like this is to show. I wanted to show it as a default, kind of, as most people would think. Control them individually, and then the next time when it happens, we'll have them acting as a group, and people can actually see live, kind of, the difference between the two methods. So,
Yeah.
Anyway, that's
Cool.
us. So thanks again, and
Great.
yeah,
Cheers, Mark.
we will catch you next time. If you're if you've watched this and you're on Twitch, if you can hit the follow button, that actually helps the channel a lot. If you're on YouTube, if you can hit subscribe, that helps a lot. Or if you're watching on YouTube and you use
the button.
Twitch, follow the link down to the Twitch channel and hit the follow button as well, because that really helps. If you're interested in following the channel, it kind of helps me gauge how popular the show is as well. So, yeah, thanks very much.
Ooh, cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks again,
Cheers.
folks. It's been real fun.
Bye bye.